we got together on a very regular basis, and it was a huge, huge part of making this whole process happen because everyone was unified and excited and moving forward. And I remember about halfway through the month, we were all together. We had to get a third couch for our apartment because we couldn't fit everybody in there. And then Blake had so many people coming up from Paola, Kansas that we just physically could not fit everyone in there. And so Blake started doing his own team call, which, I mean, there's a tip there. Don't try to, get a couple people started and then be like, okay, this is my little team here, and I'm just going to try to do everything and kind of try to be the leader in this group. Trust me, you don't want to have that responsibility, okay? What happens, a better scenario to be in is just to just grow out of the problem, and you're automatically going to have that leadership. Does that kind of make sense? If you're wanting to be in that situation where you're like, man, I really want a team. When I got started, that was one of the biggest things driving me was I wanted to have a team. Okay? If you want a team, then just grow. Just grow. Just do the basics of the business, and you're going to have a team by default. Okay? Another big part of it was people were very consistent in doing stuff on a regular basis. Okay? There was no way this was going to happen if we had little spurts of okay, well, I'm going to do a whole bunch right now because I feel like it, and then a week later be like, well, I don't really feel like it anymore. If people have that mentality, it just was not going to happen. A big part of it is, and I know Paul's been talking about this a lot, is showing the plan to people 2 times every single week, okay? The mentality of 2 PQs a week, or getting the information across to people 2 times every single week in order to be consistent, okay? If you're not doing that, you're just not doing what you need to do to grow, okay? And that's a big part of it. Another thing was the Wednesday to Monday mentality, okay? Our open meetings in Overland Park are on Tuesday nights, okay? I think kind of something that we had kind of to our advantage is we had the meetings out in Independence. We had a lot of people out there on Thursday nights. And so by default, we already kind of have this mentality of we're going to be building our business every day, okay? Because it literally would be like you got Sunday team call. And we would show people the plan at the team call, and we get together, we're excited, we're building our business, okay? But at the same time, we're trying to get as many people into the Tuesday meeting up in Overland Park, right? And then during that process, obviously we're doing grand openings, helping people make money. So coming into that meeting on Tuesday, they're excited because they're making money too, right? Okay. Then you got Wednesday. Well, there's a meeting 2 days later already, okay, in Independence. And so we would take people coming out of Tuesday, show more people the plan, and bring more people out on Thursday, especially people in Independence, okay? And then all of a sudden, hey, we're 3 days away from team calling now. It's on Sunday, okay? What does that mean? Well, we have more work to do. And so what it did is it kind of instilled this mentality of you got to build your business on a day-to-day basis, even if it's small. Has anybody read the book Slight Edge?
Oh, yeah.
Slight Edge, good book. Everyone agree?
Yes.
Okay. A big thing that it talks about is doing a little bit every day rather than overwhelming yourself by just trying to cram a whole bunch in at once. I remember in college, unfortunately, taking classes and doing absolutely nothing the entire semester until the last day of the semester. Anybody else done that before? Okay. It's a lot tougher that way, right? And I remember going to the next semester saying, I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to do a little bit every single day. And of course, I didn't. So, but here's the thing, though. Once I figured out to apply that to my business, and once I figured out what I wanted and why I wanted to get, it's kind of like the point A to point B thing, okay? Right now, everyone has a point A that they're in right now, okay? That's why we're here. That's why I'm here, is because I'm not just wanting to go 7,500, right? My point A is 7,500 now. My point B is Ruby. My point B is Emerald, and so on and so forth. Does that make sense? So everyone's sitting in here with a point A, and we're trying to get to a point B. And so you need to know exactly what you need to do day to day in order to get to point B. Make sense? And so that was a big thing that we really implemented, and just everyone knew exactly where they're at right now, what they had that was coming in, and what the goal was. And if all the stuff in between here did not equal your goal, then guess what? That meant that we need to fill in more stuff in order to get more stuff done. And that took day-to-day work, okay?